Oh, hello. Welcome back to our series on how to keep your sewing machine out of the repair shop. I'm Daley, and we're at Daley by the Yard here in Acton. Today I'm going to tell you about something about the sewing machine that seems silly but causes most problems with the sewing machine, which is incorrect threading. So come on over and I will show you all the ways to make sure that your machine is threaded correctly. So after you wind your bobbin, you should have a nice even spool of thread here without any loops or ripples or anything like that. The important thing to remember when you wind your bobbin is to make sure there's ample tension on the thread while you're winding it. That makes it so that you don't get loops or tangles or anything like that. When you insert your bobbin into the bobbin case, be sure you're getting it into the tension device. Otherwise, there will be no tension on it, and it will cause problems with your stitches. Okay, so when you're threading the top of the machine, there are 4 points to remember. The first being your thread. You want it securely attached to the spool pin. If you have a vertical spool pin, you don't need a spool cap. But if you have a horizontal spool pin, you do want this so that your thread doesn't fly across the room when you start sewing. So the first checkpoint is the tension device, which is in here. You can't see it, but it's 2 discs that push together to put tension on the thread. When your presser foot is in the down position, this tension device is closed, and there's a very good probability that you won't get the thread into those discs. So make sure your presser foot is in the up position when you're threading. I'm going to come down and around and get my take-up lever, which is on the inside right here. Then I'm going to come down, hit a couple of thread guides, and then I have to go through the eye of the needle. This machine has a needle threader. Most of these needle threaders work pretty similarly. Needle threader. The trick is that your needle has to be in its highest position. So with your hand wheel, manipulate the needle so it can't go up any higher. You then pull it down and forward and pull your thread through the guides and release. Then pull from the back, otherwise you'll unthread your needle. You're going to know right away whether or not your machine has been threaded correctly. Because number 1, it'll make some horrible noises, and number 2, your stitches will not look very nice. So instead of having beautiful even stitches on the top and on the bottom of your fabric, you might run into having looping on the top of your fabric or looping and tangles on the bottom of your fabric. It's the opposite of what you would think. If you're having issues on the top of your fabric, the issue is in your bobbin. The bobbin thread is either not in the tension of the bobbin case or the tension is not set correctly. If you have issues underneath your fabric, the issue is in the top of your machine. So the tension is either not set correctly, your thread is not secured inside your tension discs, it's not in your take-up lever, or it could also be your needle. But we'll save that for a different video.